the bears, just teach them a little Spanish and be like, I like when you wear that.
And you're like, do you like it? It's muy bueno.
That's why I'll know when I've made it when I have like white maids.
Right.
I just want a house full of white maids, and then I want to have a whole crew of like Latina maids, but they're all just sitting down smoking cigarettes.
Ooh, that would be awesome. I love that shit. Yeah, do it. I will work for you as a maid.
I will work my butt off for
I
you,
will.
just to turn things around.
Turn it around.
But I do love white women, Like I say in my act, I am going through my first heartbreak, and it was with a white woman.
Oh.
Well, fuck that bitch. Point her out to me. I will fuck her up.
She's in L.A. She's being vegan and stuff.
That's just stupid. She did you a favor. If she's going vegan, I mean...
Oh, she wasn't going. She was already there.
Is she drinking that kombucha shit, too?
I have no idea.
She probably is. She is, like, having diarrhea as we speak. Because she's vegan, she's doing the kombucha, and she's just like...
I
want to talk.
I can't be mad at her, though, because she did make me realize that I want to live a longer life.
Oh.
So, kind of conscious of, like, what I put in my mouth, but, like, But I don't think I'm ever gonna get over it. But there is someone in Chicago that's helping with that right now.
Nice.
But I don't want to give too much away. But she's awesome. She's a singer, and like I tell myself, I never want to date an entertainer, but I feel like she's an exception.
Yeah.
Aww.
And I like that she's an inch taller than me. I like that. I don't know why. I'm just really into it. But like when she's not wearing shoes.
Yeah.
We're like level. But
yeah.
When she's like wearing her shoes, she's an inch taller than me. I'm like, fuck it. I love it. Fuck it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not intimidating. I'm 5'9".
It's kind. No, I'm 5'9" too. She's 5'10". So it's like I think girls, whether they're tall or short, dig my confidence.
Yeah.
So I act like I'm taller.
It is, yeah, confidence is huge. You're not like, oh, I'm so short.
Sexy.
Woe is me.
You don't need to be tall to eat someone out either. So
you don't. Everything's all the same when you're laying down.
Yep.
Horizontal mambo. Mattress mambo. Yeah. The tube snake boogie. Yeah.
Tokyo Sandblaster.
Yep. It's all the same. It's all the same.
But I love being here. And in Portland, I love this city so much.
Really?
It's like a home away from home. Like I like, so this is the second time I'm here, and I definitely make sure to get a rental car because I love driving around.
You're smart.
In just this
smart
area.
To get a rental car.
I really love. Like I want to go. Like I see the mountains when I like transfer over from Vancouver to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And because I had a gig there last night in Vancouver.
Really?
Orchard's Tap.
Yeah.
Orchard's Tap and Grill.
Yeah, it's clear out there.
It was great. But like, man, I'm not a nature person, but like when I see it, I'm just like, oh wow, I gotta make, like I want to go. I don't want to go hiking. I just want to be near a mountain.
Right.
So
just look at it and be like,
admire
sweet,
it.
there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's leave.
I don't have to do all that shit.
Yeah, I don't
want to
go hiking.
No.
I don't want to feel the trees or examine the leaves or any of that. Yeah, no.
That's how white people die.
Did you know that if you go up to the 30th floor of the U.S. Bank Tower, you can see 3 mountaintops?
Really?
Yeah. You
We're
got to do
downtown?
it. Yeah. U.S. Bank Tower on 6th, right on the other side of Burnside, not even a block. It's the only building on 6th.
Is Burnside, is that where Powell is?
Powell's bookstore is on Burnside and like 20th.
So I do remember my streets.
Yeah.
Nice, because I don't. I'm still not too sure where we are.
One of my favorite restaurants is on 12th.
What is it?
Southeast 12th. It's
the all-nighter?
No, it's called Junior's Cafe. They're a brunch spot that's open from like 8 in the morning and they close at 3. And here's why I love it. They're female owned. There's like vegan options, so that's a trigger. But like but I mean, I love their cider. They're like apple cider.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big apple juice guy. I don't drink or smoke, so either juice or just like half pineapple juice and half Sprite for the ladies. But no, they have this apple cider that they have there, and it's amazing. And then they just do this. I forgot what it's called, but it's like scrambled eggs on top. It looks like a sombrero.
Right.
It's like scrambled eggs on top, but underneath you got like red skinned like potatoes that are cut up, and then you have like bacon and spinach and then this fucking cheddar that they make here. It's what is that shit?
Tillamook.
Oh my god, that shit is amazing. It's sticky
hardcore.
but it's also like when cooked right, it's like
it's like sticky buds.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it so much.
I love Tillamook cheese.
I went there when I was here in December. I was here for 9 days, and I did 11 shows.
Wow.
And I made sure to go to Junior's. I think I went 4 times. And then I made friends with the owner, and they like looked me up on Instagram and all that stuff.
Nice.
And I was like, every time I come to town, I'm coming here. Because I love, anytime I travel, I love meeting new people and supporting small businesses. So that when I can come back, I have people to talk to. And
Right.
so I love that. I love exploring like that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, why don't you smoke, drink, do anything?
Oh, I mean, it's just like peer pressure never worked on me as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. Like,
Yeah.
I had that I don't have to do what you're doing to be cool.
Right.
I think, and it was never like, if I know people that drink and smoke, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not like, I'm not Christian.
Like,
I don't have a problem with any of it.
away with you, heathen.
Yeah, I don't
smite you.
I don't care. That's that's the way you party. For me, if I'm at a party, I'm just usually the one asking if there's food. That's it.
I like food too.
That's what college was like. I would get pissed because people would be like, you can afford all this hard liquor, but you couldn't buy one fucking bag of chips. It's bullshit.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to
Yeah.
Columbia College
What?
in Chicago, not university.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I was
art
about
college.
to be like, why are you talking
I
to
said
us?
that like, what? You're that?
I'm
smart?
like-
No, I love lying. I'm a Lyft driver, so I love when I say it. Like I
You're
went to
a Lyft
Columbia.
driver?
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, university?"
God.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I study theater and banking." I don't know.
And they're like, wow.
I would love to be in a lift and have you surprise me. I mean, that's like a TV show.
Well, that joke I tell where my closing bit is I sing Adele, but and the whole joke is that a woman came into my car while I was Ubering at the time, and she just asked me to sing the song for her, but we were already at her place. So in my head I was like, "Are you gonna fuck me? Is that what's going on?"
Right?
But she just asked for me to sing the whole song, and I'm a performer. I don't say no, but like
Right.
it's just weird. It was a middle-aged white woman, totally into that
Oh,
shit.
well, that makes sense.
And that's it. I sang the song, and I thought she was going to invite me in, but she just tipped me and just walked away. And that was it.
Wow.
You know, when you get older, it's like sex becomes like kind of bottom of the barrel, and you want like little stupid things like, just tell me I'm pretty.
Oh.
Or just
Yeah.
sing me a song.
No, for me, it's like if you go through my hair, we don't have to fuck. Or if you show me that you have like a 3-in-1 like shampoo, conditioner, and body wash,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
I'm done. So I'm going to do that shit and go to bed.
Right, right. Yeah.
That sucks though, because like we do have that advantage over women, where it's like we have all these 3-in-1s, 4-for-1s, and you guys like have different creams for like your elbows.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to have so many products.
It's ridiculous. I think it's
Do you
bullshit.
know-
for sure.
I'm wearing like 28 products just to keep me from looking like the Crypt Keeper.
And I ate 14 different products today. So that's the difference.
I get all
That's
my
nuts.
products at a secondhand store. I do.
Yeah.
Hey,
They have
sometimes-
the best products, best store.
Sometimes.
Well, I was on tour in Austin, and
I love me some Austin.
She's kind of sort of from there.
really, yeah, I love Austin. It's like a poor man's version of here.
Ah. Okay.
It really
go ahead.
is. I like it. But like I got to stay with my uncle, who I haven't seen since I was in 5th grade when my grandpa died, his father. So he used to live with both my parents. They both died, and he just like depressed and just like he has like this cologne cabinet, and it's the saddest thing I've ever heard. He's like, I don't use any of that because what's the point? And I'm like, dude, come
Is he
on.
my age?
I have no idea.
I'm 68.
He's I maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's younger. He's like 60, maybe 59. I don't know. But he's a music teacher, and like so. Anyway, only reason why I bring him up is because you said like 28 different products and all that stuff. He was just amazed at all the things that I brought in my backpack.
Yeah.
Like I have a laptop, and he's just like, man, that's such a what do you call it? Like he thought I was rich. Like,
Right,
he was like,
right.
look at this phone, and it's like, you love the finer things in life, don't you? And I'm like, I just get what I can afford.
Right.
Like, I'm still not done paying my laptop. It's on a payment plan.
Right.
But like when I would take him out to eat, be like, where do you get all this money? I'm like, I just shot a commercial, so like I'm good. I'm good for a couple, maybe a month or two.
Which commercial?
Yeah.
It's just this like digital ad that I shot through The Onion, which is yeah. So they have their own. For those that don't know, The Onion is like a huge satirical like newspaper / magazine. They have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's Chicago made, and they have their own like in-house advertising and marketing agency. So this is funny. I have not talked about this yet, but I had an agent. Then they dropped me after doing 2 commercials and like a couple voiceover stuff. So they dropped me, and then the next day I booked this commercial. And then you know what happened? Shot the commercial, great time. Director loved me.
Right.
And then when I finally got my check, my my former agent managed to take the customary 10%. But here's what pissed me off. I'm fine. That's business, whatever.
Right.
But we also had a wardrobe fitting that was $25 for me being there, and they took 10% from that. That's $250.
Oh my
You're
God.
like,
And I was
you
like,
don't
come
deserve
on.
that. You dumped me.
That's fucking
Fuck
just
you.
petty. It's petty.
It is petty.
But no, yeah, shout out to my uncle, man. He kept me in Austin with him. Like, it was such a great time. I'm not like that. My dad's the opposite, where, like, if he goes visit, he hardly ever visits family. But when he does, he's just like, I have to stay in a hotel. Because, like, he works in the hotel industry since even before I was born. But, like, no, man, if I could stay on an uncle or a cousin's couch,
Yeah, right.
I'm good. I love that shit.
It's like,
Yeah.
is it free?
Because when you
I'm good.
when you have the mentality of, like, I'm going to make it,
Yeah.
I want to be able to have moments like that.
Aw,
You
that's
know?
so cool.
Right.
So,
Like you. I liked you from the minute I saw him last time he was here. What was it, like 6 months ago?
December, yeah.
I remembered him and he remembered me.
Yeah, she came up to me and like reintroduced herself. I'm like, Linda, what are you doing?
Oh,
sweet.
Linda's
I love
very
him.
humble.
Yeah, I don't see my own value really. I'm like a typical comic.
Aw.
Except I don't do drugs or alcohol. I did alcohol twice.
Oh, you don't? I
With
thought you
me,
did.
I tried drinking.
I corrupted her, and
Yeah.
Two
I fucked her
nights.
up.
Well, that's what was cool about college. Is like, you know, I performed so much in college, and like,
Comedy?
I did
Yeah?
stand up a lot in college, and like, I started when I was 16. I'm 25 now, so it's 9 years. But college was great because, first of all, women, amazing. Like, when they see you do your thing, they're like, I want to fuck him. And it's just like, okay.
No, I'm telling you,
all
like
dressed
a man
up,
with
too.
a sense of humor is always like more attractive to me than
Yeah.
like a good-looking man.
And I'm a snazzy dresser too.
Oh no, I see it. I see
Like,
the
man,
swag.
this
Took
is
his
pretty
scarf
chill
off.
right now. But
And
like,
I'm
Where's
a
your
little
scarf?
excited that you don't, you're, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Put
No,
it
this
on.
is
What's
funny.
a joke about your scarf?
yeah, it's that I recently just broke up with a white girl, and I clearly got custody of the infinity scarf.
Do you want to like mess around with a white girl or a white old lady or two?
That's what I talk about in Chicago. I'm like, I'm not into women my age. I'm into women who are like divorced and have like 3 kids.
Oh, I'm divorced.
Because they
no
teach
kids.
you shit. I'll cook for you after we're done. You could sleep and dream about whatever, and
Yeah.
we could watch the news the next night and fall asleep together like that. That's up to you. I won't clean. That's the only thing I won't do. I won't clean.
Well, then we're gonna be slobs because I'm not good at cleaning either. I'm just
but-
like
But college though was great because, like I said, besides like the women, it was always just like the. Because I was never good in high school with women. It was always like, he's desperate, and I'm like, I'm persistent. It's too different.
right.
And it was also, I went to a Catholic high school. It was like 500 kids. So like in my class, there was like a good 120, 200.
Right.
So everybody knew when you struck out with one and moved on to the other, they knew.
Yeah.
But I never had a date in high school.
Me neither.
I had a date, but it wasn't from someone from my high school.
Same here.
But it was never like, I never had a date to homecoming. I never had a date to like any other fucking dance. I was on the football team, the basketball team. I did theater. I did everything
you
I
were
wanted to
in
do.
all that, and you never had a date.
No, and everybody knew too that I wanted to be the first Latino host of the Tonight Show, and people would just be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you, we're gonna go party," and I'd be out at an open mic, sneaking in at the age of 16 to a bar or something.
That's awesome, though.
But like, it's funny because like, when prom came around, I had a 25-year-old go with me, and I only met her because I did a musical with her.
Yeah.
And whew, all the women were stuffing, like the girls
Right,
were
right.
stuffing. She was All
She's
natural.
like, it's all real.
Beautiful, tall, blonde, white woman. She's married now. But anyway, the only reason why I bring up college is because talking about drugs is like anytime I did a show, it was always the same thing. People would be like, man, dude, real funny stuff, man. Like, hey, you want to smoke some weed?
Yeah.
Or like, yo, I got some acid. You want to do some acid? Or like, been offered
Right.
so many different drugs, and I find that very flattering.
Right.
But like, I don't do any of that because it's only because like I don't need it to have a good time.
Right.
And I'm not curious either.
Yeah.
So like, I don't really care.
Right.
And I feel like if I did do drugs, I think I'd be normal. And I don't want that to happen.
I was born naturally stoned. And so, like, what are drugs going to do for me that I can't do for
Plus, I'm
myself?
Colombian. Like, you know, we're counting the money. We don't
Yeah. Yeah.
have time to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nuts. College was great for comedy, and just in college, my junior year, I got to tour Paris and Scotland.
What?
Yeah, at 21. Yeah. Most people can't wait to drink. I couldn't wait to use my passport again.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, I did 6 shows in Paris. I only went because in college there was a study abroad program, like a writing, like a creative writing program, and I think like 300 people submitted, and they chose, I think, a good 13, 14. I was one of the 14.
Yeah.
And then just went out and studied, you know, like Hemingway and Gertrude Stein and, you know,
Right.
Baldwin and all these great writers, and and then going to the places where they would write,
Yeah.
like the Beat Generation, Kerouac and all them.
Yeah.
We got to see the Beat House where they all lived. And then we were there. The craziest thing is we were there during the Charlie Hebdo attack. So it's like just a bunch of people from Chicago bringing the gun violence with them. It was nuts. But it was a crazy time because, like, you know, when we got there, it was lively. Everybody's living, having a good time.
Right.
And then 3 days in, boom, the attack. And the energy just
Plummeted.
Like, it was crazy. So we were there for the largest, like, outdoor gathering in Paris, like, French history with the when they all got together for the vigil.
Yeah.
And so what I ended up doing is I just do research. I just looked up who was the big dog in English-speaking comedy in Paris, and I found him. And coincidentally, he was a roommate of someone I know from Chicago. She runs an open mic, and they were roommates in college.
Oh, wow.
And he's this like big guy from New York, but he does stand up in French and English. He's top dog. And
What's his name?
good question.
I did some comedy in New York.
Yes, Sebastian something. I can't. It's
That's
rolling
okay.
off the tongue right now.
I didn't
but
mean to throw you like that. My bad.
No, I feel bad.
You know, old women, we do that shit.
But he ended up booking me on his show, and then that show turned into 5 more.
Wow.
And then I headlined 2 of them, and then from there, so this was in January, and then, you know, I finished the semester, and then I got asked if I wanted to go to the Fringe in Scotland.
Wow.
Because another show that I did there that's huge. It's like underneath a bar. It's like a speakeasy type thing.
Right.
They loved me so much, and they're like, "We're taking our show to Scotland. Do you want to come?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then I started like a GoFundMe or a whatever, Indiegogo.
Right.
And so that people paid for my flight basically, and then I just paid. You know, I just lifted and Ubered for the rest of the money.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
Paris was amazing by myself. I felt like I'd been there in a past life.
Yeah.
But Scotland was great because I met a girl, and then I wrote a song about her.
Ooh.
And she told me when she listened to the song, she cried. So that was dope. Because it's called "When I'm With You, I Feel Like I'm Home."
Where can we find this song? SoundCloud?
Yeah, if you just YouTube my name,
Yeah.
there is this. Just look up "When I'm With You, I Feel Like I'm Home." And then if you just search my name on YouTube, if you go to my website, JAYSON, and then avocado, AVOCADO.com,
Right,
that's how you get white people to go to your
No, that makes sense.
website. I studied advertising as well in college.
And we could go to that website to find your future events?
Yes, future events. I just released my first comedy special.
Yeah.
It's an hour of crowd work. So it's an improvised hour, and then I have a musical accompaniment that night. Shout out to Cesar Romero.
Ooh.
We had never met before. Someone linked us up, and he's a musical director at the world-renowned Second City, which I've done too.
Yeah.
And he's a musical director there, and I was in need of a musical, like a pianist, accompaniment. and a friend of mine recommended him. And again, I never pianist. Yes, not penis. I have my own.
I know, it's like I sound like I'm saying penis too, and they're like, "Did you just say penis?" I'm like, "No, pianist." And they're like, "No, you said penis." I'm like, "Yeah, I said pianist."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I asked him if he wanted to tag along, and he said yes. And again, we only texted.
Yeah.
And never spoke to each other until the night of.
Right.
So when you watch the special, most people think that we've known each other for years, but it's not the case because the chemistry was just there from the beginning. And again, it's an improvised hour. None of that was prepared. And it was all in the moment because so many people in Chicago, and it bothers me so much because I've been doing it for 9 years.
Yeah.
And like so many people are just like, "Oh, I'm going to do an hour. I'm going to do a half hour here." And it's just like, but nobody knows who you are.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you're known in the scene, but who else knows you? So in my head, I was like, I want to do something that's going to not only challenge me artistically, but like just personally. And just like, I wanted to do something different. And I'm an improviser first. Like I started in improv.
Right.
And I still do improv to this day. But
SNL, here you come.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do something that was going to be different. And that would want people to be like, oh, it's a non-traditional approach to a traditional form.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to accomplish with this. And honestly, this show is like a testament to like my mental and spiritual like rebirth that I went through last year, because last year was the hardest year. Like I was only 24. It was like adulthood just like hit me. And it was like one of those things in the first 3 weeks. It's like one of those things where it's like when it rains, it pours.
Yes.
In the first 3 weeks, my uncle died. My sister had something that, you know, she went through her own thing that I really don't care mentioning. That's her story.
Right.
I was told that I had to put my dog down. And then I'm going through my heartbreak. So it was just like months of just, and if you want to go to the website, there's a whole artistic statement that basically talks about this. But in a nutshell, it was just like I contemplated quitting comedy and just like stepping away from everything, and just I felt like I had wasted my life doing comedy. But then I ended up going to the motherland. I went to Colombia, and I stayed with family for 12 days. And it's just something about those mountains and just being around people that you love, regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
And that like recharged like my internal battery. And then I just came back after like 4 months. I got up on a stage and people were just like, "Where have you been? That was amazing." Yada yada. So then towards the end of the year, I'm like, I want to do a special, because so many people are like, "Oh, you have enough for an hour," or like, "I've already done this and that." I'm like, so it was the right time. And this was one of those shows where it's like, you should play this at my funeral. Because it's just me in my element and me just having such a great time. And the crazy thing about this, the thing that I'll never forget about this, is that most of the people that were in the crowd, I didn't even know who they were.
That's amazing. So
some people were like, "We saw you at this show," or "We started following you here," and all these things. And so it was crazy because the show is built on talking to people that I don't know.
Right.
And the reason why it's called Lonely Wit is because that's what it is. In order to have some sort of human interaction, I have to invite people that I don't know to have a meaningful conversation.
Right.
And then, and you know, and again, the crazy thing about the name of this special is that I had like this like weird vision one day when I was like in this like whole depressive state. I had just one day I was like, I'm going to write down the name of every special that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And this is the second one. And the first one's called Misunderstood, which I'm going to be recording. It's a written one. It's next year. But yeah, Lonely Wit just made so much sense, especially, you know, when you describe the year that I had. Yeah. It fits perfectly. It's a button to it just made so much sense.
Right.
And I'm so happy it's out in the world. And we had a release party last week. It was standing room only. And
is that what we just bought?
You just bought the code to access it on my website. You can stream it, and you can also download it and put it on whatever device you want. And yeah.
Super.
Cool.
So Chicago, you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Chi-town.
Yeah. So how did you, like, do you live in LA now?
No, I live in Chicago.
Oh, cool.
But I'm in the middle of like getting close to getting a manager in LA.
Yeah.
But he suggests that I just live in Chicago. He's like, you don't have to come out here if you don't want to. Because I hate LA. I honestly hate it.
Yeah. It's
everything's spread out. Everybody's fake. Everybody's like they only want to know you so that they can get something else.
Yeah.
And Chicago's just like home, and
Yeah.
I can't get away from deep dish.
No, I don't blame you. It's like if you don't have to leave home, don't do it.
Like I'll go to LA, take a couple meetings, do a couple showcases. But if
Right.
I have to film something out there, yeah, I'll go for the time that I'm
Right.
needed. But Chicago's home.
You're just like, I need to go home. No, I get
Megan
it.
mentioned Saturday Night Live. Is that something that really
Yeah.
interests you?
That was the first meeting I had with my agent or my former agent. My the agency that I used to be with represents two people
Yeah.
who are on SNL, a writer, and then Alex Moffat, who
Yes.
he was my teacher when I was 16 at Second City.
What?
So it was really cool.
He's funny.
He's in his early 30s, so like you wouldn't expect
Right.
someone to get it, but when he got it, I was just like, what?
Yeah.
And so it was nuts. But yeah, SNL is something that I know. I don't want to sound like cocky, but I feel like
You're
We
you're
can
on
see
that.
you on
artistically I'm ready for it. Like,
Yeah.
like I have the ability.
It's your
Yeah.
next step.
I pride myself on being able to do everything.
Right.
I can sing, I can dance, I can write, I can act, I can improvise, I can write.
Right.
So it's just like the more tools that you have, the more valuable you are to that show.
Yes,
And then when and I catch on real quick with like impressions and stuff. and-
Right.
Really? Wow.
but I'm more of like I have a writer's mind, I think,
Right.
when it comes to like, because I love portraying characters that people either feel sorry for or want to get to know more.
right.
So
Wow.
I have a knack for all that, and like keeping up with like current events and stuff.
Yep.
I love writing like Tonight Show monologue jokes for just like practice and stuff. and
Right.
I love always incorporating something fresh into my stand-up on like what's going on.
Is it
Yeah.
still in your wheelhouse to become the first Latino late show?
Or host of the Tonight Show.
Host of Tonight
I mean, if
Show.
the Tonight Show isn't like turned into a 3-minute YouTube show in the future, then I would love to. And I would want to revitalize or reinvent that format
Right.
to cater to people my age,
Right.
but also
Absolutely.
not isolate people that are above my age. I want to
Like old white
would love to
ladies
make
like
it for
Linda and I.
more than just one demographic, and I want people. I would want people to tune in and be able to anybody to tune in and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a cool
yeah.
idea.
There would be something for everybody.
I like
Oh,
it.
I see you on SNL.
Yes.
It would be so awesome. I'm gonna.
We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm in the sweet spot, like 25 to 33.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's close. It's close. Keenan's
So
gonna
when you-
leave, so we don't know.
Shut the fuck up. He's
Well, yeah.
leaving.
I mean, he's gonna executive produce the All That revival on Nickelodeon. He already pitched a pilot to NBC that got picked up. He already has another show on NBC. So it's like it's coming. Just need to be prepared for it.
I love Keenan.
I love it. That's a huge influence too. Growing up.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
my physical, it's weird to say that,
"Whoa."
but my physical comedy is very much based off like him.
Yeah.
That's so
So-
cool.
He's so awesome.
When I was in New York, I got to do some barking at different clubs in Greenwich Village,
Yeah.
and I got to meet Michael Che.
no
from
way.
SNL.
I met him in Scotland.
Isn't he dope?
He's a real cool dude. He used me
Wow.
for crowd work.
No
I was
way.
with this girl that I met, who I still talk to this day, and he was just like, "Oh, you guys are a cute couple. Everybody else here looks
Aw.
like they're over it, but you guys seem really cute. How old are you?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm 24," and she's like, "I'm 22," and he was like, "How old are you?" No, wait, she was 20 or 19, 20 or 19, and I was 21, and he was just like, "Oh, so you're into older men, I see." And then he asked me like what kind of porn I watch. And then he just took it away from there. And I just said, he's like, "What do you search for when you watch porn?" I'm like, "Latina MILFs."
Ooh.
Every time. I just like being told what to do.
That is awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
God. Thank
Okay,
you
so
so
we can
much.
find you on your website.
Yeah, JasonAvocado.com, and then Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is my shit.
Okay, so slide into them DMs and show
you-
some titty pics.
Jason Avocado all over the place.
Jason Avocado, send them tit pics. And
Don't even try to get consent first. Just send them.
just send them unsolicited.
Before
Send those
him.
tit pics. And yeah,
We're happy to have you here.
Thank you so
I
much.
drank
Thank you
too
so much.
much.
Thank you.
I know. I'm like involved,
that's
but
it.
then I'm like this part of my brain is like, you're gone.
Oh my God.
Who is that?
Hey, thanks a lot, man. You guys want to buy
We bought one.
It's an hour.
We got the
comedy
tickets.
that I just released last week.
We gotta say goodbye.
Got one.
We gotta say bye. Okay. Jayson Avocado.
Yes, sorry. I just want to sell my
social
special.
media.
Thank you so much, Jayson.
Thank you, and bye.